thank you for joining us. This is Legacy Travel's Top 5 video. And when we're doing this one, please forgive us. Next door, they're doing some construction, finishing out the space. So if you hear banging and clanging around, that's going to be our friends over there doing some work. This time we are going to be talking about London, hotels in London, which London is by far my favorite city to visit. Love, love, love London. And so the people who are going to be helping me talk about this today are going to be Cathi and Marty. So anyway, if y'all don't mind, I will start off with my number 5 hotel in London. Okay, the number 5. This is one that I said I love London, and the big reason I love London is I really like theater. I like going to the theater. I like going to plays, doing the theater district, and there's a hotel called the Radisson Blu, and it's right on Leicester Square. And I am big into being in that area, and so that is number 5 for me. Staying there right on Leicester Square, which if you haven't been to London before, that is kind of the center of the theater district, and they even have the half-price ticket line right there on Leicester Square. So, location. That's my number 5, Radisson Blu. How about you? What's your number 5?
I have to say the Mandarin Oriental right there at Hyde Park. I think the address says it all. Right there, right at Hyde Park, easy to get to, beautiful scenery, and other than that, they have phenomenal service too.
Well, and you say the name says it all. You're talking about Hyde Park, but also Mandarin Oriental. That's just a fantastic. That is a very big luxury, fantastic hotel. What's your number 5?
My number 5 is the Browns Hotel. It's right in Mayfair. It's been operating. It's been around and doing its thing since 1837. So it's a very historic hotel, and I just love the idea of all the people that have stayed there and just all the history that's taken place there. Heads of state, everything. I love the idea.
Cool. Mr. Belkey, number 4 for you.
I would have to say the Stafford. It is just this little boutique hotel. It's kind of one of the hidden hotels that you wouldn't normally think of. Of course, they say it's called the city's best kept secret.
I guess it's not secret anymore.
Yeah, no, you're letting out.
Yeah, everybody knows.
How about you? Number 4 for you.
My number 4 is the Mandarin Oriental. Hyde Park. It's described as quintessentially British, and when I stay in a hotel, you would think with a name like Mandarin Oriental, you wouldn't think it would be British, but it is. It's very, very British, and when you're in a destination, you really want to be in the destination. Like, in my opinion, you don't want to go somewhere and stay at like a corporate Hilton hotel or something, because that's just lame. The Mandarin Oriental is the top choice of one of my sets of very choosy clients, and so I know they abide to a really high standard, because otherwise these people wouldn't have stayed there the second time. And then also the location, it overlooks Hyde Park, which is one of the best royal parks. So that's my choice for 4.
Very nice. My number 4 is the corporate Hilton. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So when I put this list together, I was wanting to do different hotels for different reasons. So I wanted one that just, when you hear about it, when you talk about it, it just screams London. It screams England. And so my number 4 is Claridge's, and it is. You say Claridge's, and just things come to mind. Service comes to mind. London comes to mind. It's just a fantastic hotel. So much history there. Just quintessential London. So that's my number 4. Number 3.
My number 3. And, when you're choosing what to say on these videos, you should probably choose ones that you can pronounce, but I'm going to do my best on this one. Athenaeum, is that how you say that? Hotel and residences.
Athenaeum, the one we saw, yeah. Go for it.
It's right by Buckingham Palace, which, great location, of course. The management at that hotel is just top notch, super, super, super. They were, I'll mention this later, but they were great to us. We were there on our first President's Club trip, and they had us in and hosted us and showed us the hotel. It was just so sweet. And we spend our lives looking at hotels, and you can really tell a difference between hotel management, and this one's top notch.
Yeah, this is 2017.
Yeah.
And so when we saw it, the end of 2016, it had just opened back up from a big time refurbishment. Yeah. So it is. They put in some serious money getting it refurbished. Athenaeum. Okay, mine. We're gonna be accused of being a homer here, I think. But staying in London is going to be expensive. These hotels I mentioned so far, really expensive. All hotels in London are expensive. But as far as kind of a bargain, it's one that probably going to get more bang for your buck. And I'm just crazy about the people. It's the Capitol Hotel. And it really is a great hotel. It's not just that I'm crazy about, Kate, the general manager. But it really is a great hotel. You could throw a baseball and hit Harrods.
Don't.
Yeah, don't do that. But it's right by Harrods. And also, you're talking about a 1 minute walk to the tube, maybe 2 minute walk to the tube.
Knightsbridge.
Yeah, right there. Another thing about this hotel, they have a restaurant called Outlaw, which is a Michelin-starred seafood restaurant. But also, I love bourbon, I love old fashions, and the tied for two best old fashions I've ever had, and I've had many. One of them's on Seabourn, at that bar on top of Seabourn. The second one is at this place. They have got a bar that is probably on the quaint side, but unbelievable bartenders there. They got a guy named Caesar, and he made this old fashioned that's amazing. But Caesar is one of these guys that is one of 3 or 4 in London that is I forgot the name of it, but it means that you're an expert in Scotch. You know everything about Scotch. So when you stay here, do stay here. But they also have a Scotch tasting, and I think it's like a little food pairing also.
Cheese pairing, yeah.
A cheese and food, pairing with a Scotch. And, it's fantastic. It's an amazing experience. So anyway, that's a long way to say that the Capitol Hotel, Knightsbridge, number 3. And when you're looking at London hotels, this one isn't going to make your jaw drop on the price. It's fairly reasonable by London standards. Number 3.
Number 3, I have to say the Dorchester, also in the Hyde Park area, right across from Hyde Park in the Mayfair area. I think, again, being able to walk to the scenery, the location, again, the service, the staff, they really do it right.
Very good. Number 2, and this is going to sound weird. When I put my list together, like I said, I did it for different reasons. So number 5 was easy for me, 4 was easy, 3 was easy, number 1 was extremely easy for me. Number 2 wasn't. I had all these other ones in place, and I had a couple of them I was considering for number 2. You would think whoever would not make number 2 would make number 3, but that's not how I put my list together because there was hotels I wanted to get in here. The one I ended up with is called 41. And the reason it's called 41 is that the address is 41 Buckingham Palace Road. Now, and again, as long as I'm saying weird stuff, this is a traditional British hotel, and I don't want to say they modernized it because that may be almost an insult. But there are a lot of things in there that are really cool that you might not expect to see in a hotel like this. I mean, an example is at some of these hotels, you're not necessarily going to have a pillow menu. These guys are going to give you a pillow menu. They're going to have a iPod or iPhone docking station in the room. They're going to let you buy, they're going to let you borrow iPads, that type of stuff there. So it's really kind of tech friendly, but still classic Britain. Another thing that I love, I'm really bad about snacking and stuff, and these guys at some point in the evening, they just open up the fridges in certain areas. They come, grab snacks, they're free, take them back to your room. So a really fun place. So 41 is my number 2. What's number 2?
My number 2 is the Reubens at the Palace.
Yeah.
Again, location, this one is across from Buckingham Palace. They are known for the Cavalry Bar as well as their afternoon tea.
Cool. What's your number 2?
What's my number 2? My number 2 is the Taj 51. So yours was 41, mine's 51. And I chose this because, for one thing, I love Taj hotels. I think they do a great job.
They do a great job.
I love their toiletries. I love the way their soap smells, which some people may think that's a lame reason to pick a hotel, but I stay in a lot of hotels and I'm very picky. But anyway, they also have butler service, which is crazy, not just like concierge service, but actual butler service. And then again, just we keep hitting on location, which of course in any list of top 5 hotels, you're going to pick it based on location. You don't want to, like for instance, when I stay in London, there have been times that I've gone and What's the name of that street? Kensington Park's right here, and the street, I think it's Park? I don't know. I'll put a map up on, right now, there's a map. Anyway, and there's some lower priced places west of that, but I've just been sorry every time I've stayed out there. I'm not ever going to do that again.
Good. I don't blame you. I won't either.
Yeah.
Time for number one. Mr. Bucky, will you lead us off for number one?
Well, my number one is the Capitol Hotel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, and for the very reasons that Philip mentioned.
I don't mind being a homer then. I thought I was being a homer putting it at number 3. Good.
The whiskey and the cheese,
Yeah.
their concierge, being close to Harrods and Harvey Nichols, that shopping area. Again, it's just, to me, it is the epitome of the London shopping district.
No, that's true. It really is. What is your number one, Miss Cathi?
The Capitol Hotel.
Oh, is it really?
And it just has such a warm place in my heart. Again, they did, we were there for our first President's Club. It just felt like it was a home. It didn't feel like you were in a huge hotel. It is smaller. It's not, brand new or anything like that. But the people there are so warm and friendly. They know what they're doing. That bar that Philip was talking about earlier, it's just a great place to sit and drink, 2 whole pots of tea in the morning, so you have the shakes the rest of the day. But it was just so nice sitting there that you just sat there and drank tea and tea and tea, of course, and then later you switched to whiskey. But
some of us did.
And they had a great wine list too. So if that's what you drink, that's fine. But it was just such a nice place to be, location-wise and personnel-wise. The room had every possible thing you needed. It was great. I love it.
Yeah, man, I love it too. Number one for me is the Hellenes Bora. And this is going to be a different price point. This is going to be on the pricey side, but a fantastic hotel. You're talking about butler service. This has butler service for each room and suite, 24-hour butler service. The only one that does that. They've also got a ridiculous health club, health spa thing there. It's a membership for people in London, but the guests of the hotel get to use it. And I want to say it's a membership thing. It's very exclusive.
It's not like 24-hour fitness.
It's not, which nothing wrong with 24-hour fitness, but this thing, this is going to be the, society people in London who are hitting that one.
So we've mentioned butler service a couple of times, and a lot of people maybe have never stayed anywhere that actually had butler service. What are some services? One I think of as unpacking. And to some people, unpacking feels invasive, but let me tell you, try it one time. It's great. It's fabulous. Pressing of your clothes. What are some other things butlers do?
Well, and as far as almost like your own personal concierge, because you might be talking about someone in the area talking about this is the kind of food I'm looking for. All of a sudden, they've got everything set up for you. Everything, anything you need, these guys are going to be able to get it for you.
Dinner reservations.
Yeah.
Car reservation.
It's kind of like having a personal assistant travel with you.
Exactly
almost.
right.
Yeah,
you got someone there. Great. Someone there who has your back all the time.
Which I guess kind of you have that all the time.
Yeah, yeah, I do. Something else too, just again, don't want to get up, but another thing I forgot to mention, and back to, it made all 3 of our lists, Capitol Hotel. You're staying there, you might want to check out their afternoon tea also. It's a pretty serious tea. So anyway, all 3 had Capitol Hotel at different places. Love that one, love Hellenes Bora. So thank you for joining us, and go to London, my favorite city.
Thank you.
Thank you.